more.
Well, I got my grandkids helping today. Huh?
Sure this will all way.
You hold me, Pete, I'll hold you.
And the sun that's light is
What's your head? Don't do that for pen around. I'm going to cut that. Can I have the grinder, Dad?
Yeah.
Can I have a hammer as well?
Give me the grinder, Mike.
Yeah, so this side is short and the other one. This side goes down. Just show me that where to put this. You might lift the whole lead up.
Yeah.
Go down there, Mike.
Right, Steve, you know that wood that you're going lengthways?
Yeah.
Take the end piece out that way. That end piece. The other end.
Yeah, that way.
That's it, cut it there.
Doing the outside bit.
That's it, yeah. Where you are now is right.
Liam does the middle. Wait, no. Liam does the middle and you do the outer bit. Near the rock.
This is the main man. This is the gaffer, this big fella here, aren't you? Hey?
I'm digging holes.
Don't take him under the gooseberry bushes, Sparky, because you've got to let it all off here.
Yeah.
Hi? Shall I go on again?
Yeah, we'll fill it back in. Watch.
That's right there, yeah. Where you are now. Boys. Why? That don't matter. We'll paint it all off. She won't see that when you're underneath it. Well, screw it in then, huh?
More this way.
Yeah.
I'll do it there. Hey,
Yeah.
just grind up.
Okay, move out of the way for a minute. Pull out the jigsaw, Steve, which is that one.
Jigs, Michael.
Move out of the way, Kai. These are what we done with the old pallets. We cut them up to make the fence. See what we do here with the pallets, and we have a guide, so everyone is absolutely spot on and level. Try not. No, you won't.
Chop off my feet.
That's coming on, isn't it?
Yep.
Hey? Look at this lot. Look.
My granddad's little crew working in this now.
Right. Come on, Mike, get over here. Wake up, Mike. Come on, look.
That's my granddad. These are all my cousins. And that's my brother.
Shoot. What? Right, we've done that now, me and the grandkids. What it is, I've had to put them in because it's too cold out here for them. But it's coming on, it's getting there. Hiya, Mike. What are you doing back?
I've put your wheelbarrow back.
See, the fence is nearly finished. Grandkids done that. Hang on, Mike, I'm coming out. Mike's come back because he wants to see me. Come on, Mike. Where's all the rest? Gone in, yeah?
Yeah.
Now the garden's nearly getting there. That's not too bad. Painted up now, it'll be right, won't it, Mike?
Yeah.
Alright, Mike. This is Kai, he's the fencer, aren't you, Kai? Yeah, what he's doing for the pattern, he's doing a big one and a small one, aren't you, Kai? This is Mr. Red. He's the holder, aren't you, Mr. Red? These are all the old pallets, aren't they? What we cut up for the fencing. Coming on, we've just got to paint the shed now, and all the roof's been done. It's all double sealed. And that's how he's doing. Yeah. What he's actually done, he's done all this here. This is all he's doing with the old pallets. They're all got to be painted up yet before the summer. Yeah. Okay, right. Now we've got the polystyrene. But we're gonna have a go. I'll just show you what I mean by having a go. Right. We've got a ruler on it here. You see? Right. Now this is why you need these knives like that. They go dull very quick on this polystyrene. Okay. Just bear with me for a minute. I'll get the view of this. Okay. Right. Now you see. Okay, now that's the width of that. Yep, that's the width of that. And then we turn it over and we do it again. The width of that. Yes. Okay. Now you see we've got a square. Yeah. So what we do with this square now is we cut it down the middle. Down the middle. Okay. Now you see you've got two. Right. Right.
I'm going to make the bin, left the bin upside down so the water goes.
The water's plenty of water. How are you, Ed? Alright.
Yeah.
Right, now if you hold that there for me, we can show the viewers what we're doing. Right, on here, you see? What we're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
we've had to put we've had to do the battery in the camera, right? Now if you can see, I'm painting now. This is very dark, but for £1.99 in Home Bargains, you couldn't pass that up, could you? Eh? You know. And Dulux is not a bad product, really, is it? Eh? Okay. Oh, you see, I'm painting them a bit dark. Okay, that's 2 done. I'll do another one now. Don't just use the paint on its own, use a bit of water. Put a bit of water in, and it'll soak in better for you. Nice Easter Sunday, isn't it, eh? Nice out there. See, the water makes it go a bit farther. Yeah? I prefer the brighter, the lighter coloured grey rather than this dark grey. This is called Midnight Kiss. Very interesting, isn't it? Eh? Okay. Okay. What you mustn't do, you mustn't leave them dry flat. You have to hang them up, because otherwise, if you leave them dry flat, you won't be able to get them off the table. Okay. Right, now, as you see, we have a lot of when you scrape it, you get a lot of this stuff. So what you do with that, you don't waste it. Oh no. That's taboo, you waste it, isn't it? Eh? Get it all down here. See that? Right. And you paint that. Paint that. Don't worry about it going in the paint. It looks good in the paint, right? Roll my sleeves up and do with the cook and roll that up. Go and pull it. You should see what they're doing here, can't you? Eh? See that? You'll say, what's the crazy bugger doing now? Whoa, that feels lovely, that. You know, when you was a kid, you was walking the fields with no shoes on it, and all the cow dung got up between your feet and your toes and your mud and there. It's just like that. You don't remember any of that, do you? Eh? You had shoes when you were a kid, didn't you? Okay. And all we need to do is wash that off. Right, now do you see? See that? What we'll do is I'll show you we do that in a bit. No. Got too much stuff in your hand. Is it on? Okay, right. Now, what you need to do, you need to spread this part out. Right? Now and again you've got to turn it over so it doesn't stick. Right? See it? Turn it over so it doesn't stick. By the way, this is emulsion paint, yeah, so it just washes off your hands. It's emulsion you want. Don't do it with a gloss or you're becoming very, very sticky. And if you really want to get in trouble with your wife, do it in the front room and see how long it'll take before she whacks you on with a frying pan or something. Right, what it is now, right, we've got this scrapper, What about? Reckon about there, yeah. Oops. Right. Okay, dog. Now, let's have a look and see what we can make out of this. What we'll do, we'll like cutting a loaf of bread here, ain't it? Right. Now this is where the sharper knife comes in. That's where these ones come in, right? Be extra careful with these, because if the blade breaks, it could go anywhere. Would be able to give you a much smoother cut, you see. No, we won't use that. We'll use this. Ready? Nice and deep. And then we cut into it like that. I feel it's always better to put it on a piece of stick, yeah? Try and stop the shaking, you're going shaking the river. You got the shake set?
No, it's just that.
I should have been a singer. Shouldn't I have? That'll probably be the next project. Mr. Miniman having a go at singing. Now this is just a rough job to show you what you can do with a piece of polystyrene. You see now how it's coming on, yeah? Right, now we get the iron on it. And what we do with the iron, you see? Do you know what it is yet? You're not saying much today, Ed. Do you know what it is, Ed?
The ruin.
It's
Castle
a
ruin.
castle ruin. Okay? The only thing with this soldering iron and foam, when you heat it up, it gives off a gas, so you want to be careful you don't breathe it in. If you're like me and you like it, then it's different. That'll be fine. Right, now that's it, you see. What we do with that now, we paint it. And we try not to burn us up with the iron, we turn the iron off. Okay, now, the next one is this here, right? This is Kingspan foam. Now we get a real sharp knife, and don't go too deep with it. And just cut it in just a little bit, not too much. Right, and then cut it in that way. This, you have to be very careful here because these are very sharp and very dodgy. Yeah, you must be very careful because if you're working on these give you a nasty bite. Now what you do with these is you press them in the middle and it gives the effect of wearing away, you see? You press them in the middle like that and it gives the effect of wearing away. We'll leave that up there as well. Okay? Now, if we get a piece of this here, right, now this is where the, see how it sticks to your hand, look, see? Yeah, this is where you use these cocktail sticks. Okay, that's where you use these. Right, what we do now is we, and then a bit thicker, and then a bit thicker again, so we get it right, yeah? You see? Then we cut that square. That's what we're after, yeah? And what we do with this now is find the building. Where did I put the building? Okay. What we do with this is we put it on the windy. We put glue on that, you see. Yeah, and then we put it on the windy there, like that. And we let it dry, and then we cut it down to size and we paint it green, blue or yellow depending, and then we stick our flowers on it, and that's your windy box. is it recording, yeah? Right, all this on dry now, it's all dry. Yeah, so what we need is we need to get this is what you need these little tubs for. Yeah? Okay. See that now? I'll show you what they're for at a later date. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute, bear with me for a minute now. Okay, now you see this is the one we done. Pull it down with the dry painting, dry brush. Yeah? You see that? Just don't go overdoing it, because if you do overdo it, it won't look well. You see, like that. Yeah. Now what we'll do now, I've done the wall as well. We hung them up to dry. Dry now. So what we do, we put them down here, and again, there's plenty on the brush. You see how it's transforming the wall. Yeah. Right, now if you get a touch of brown, right, what we do now, we get a little bit of green and just you see, just barely hit it with the green, just here and there. Actually, you actually need brown as well, but I can't find the brown. No one's threw any out yet. Yeah, that's what I do. I've gone over the top with the green. Yeah! Hey! Right. Just barely hit it with the brush, see? Barely hit it with the brush. Right. I don't have to do it again, Fine. Okay. Barely hit it with the brush now, what we do now. Right, now what we need to do, we need to get the glue in here. The glue, not a lot. Okay. Need a bit of water. Okay, and then we need to stir it up. Okay. Then we need to dab it in there. Paint that with it. Don't worry about it being going different colour. It'll when it dries, it'll go clear. Yeah. Well, I'll just do them two for now. Now what you do now is you get this like that, and you shake it. Actually, you're better with a stone grey rather than a darker colour like this. Okay. Then what you do is you get your knife and you cut it down the middle. Don't use a straight edge on it. Cut it. It don't matter if it's up and down because that's what walls like. They are up and down, country walls. You see? And there we go. Just give me 1 minute. Bear with me. That's let me go there, Kyle. Let's see if we get one of these now. We'll have a look at this. You see? Now we look at the walls. You see them? That's what these are. That's what these are, the walls for these. You see? Now you wanted to be more creative with them. You can actually cut these again. You can cut them down the middle. Once you get the once the paint dries on them, they become very hard. You couldn't do this if they weren't painted up because it'd just break off. You see? You even make it smaller. Now that's okay if you wanted to stick it on the back of your layout where you're up against a building or something. You see? And if you remember, I've shown you these trees that I cut. You see, to make the flowers. Okay, we get a flower out. Right. Now we have a cocktail stick, and we stick a cocktail stick in there. See, like that. Get the flower and stick it in there. You put a bit of glue on it, and you can see. Yeah. Okay. Now that's how you make your walls. You paint them up, but again, you better would a stone grey. Get a stone grey, not a darker colour like this. And if you have them, let me show you this one. See, this will dry clear. Don't worry about that. That will dry clear. I'll cut it out. There you go. I'll put it on the paper so you can see it. There, see? There you go. That's your walls. And what I showed you yesterday about these, about the flowers breaking the tree up. You break your tree up like that, and you get. Look at all these flowers you get. See? Yeah, there they are. Right, what we're going to do now, look, we're going to get the knife and we're going to make a pond. We're going to make a little pond there. Okay? Now, you can do it by marking it with a pen. You can get yourself a marker and mark it how you want it. Yeah? See? Small little pond. Mark it how you want it with a marker. Get your knife not very deep, not that depth, and then just cut it along the line that you made. Right along the line. You don't want it too deep because remember there's a single line track underneath. There's a tunnel in this, and if you cut it too deep you're going to go down into the tunnel. You don't want that, right? And you cut out. You see how they go dull very quick. These knives go dull very quick when you use them on polystyrene. Okay, now what you do, you get yourself a new knife. Better off with the little ones for this. See how easy it is when the blade's new, how it cuts it nice and easy. And then you just pull it out. I said, don't go too deep, especially on this part here. Now a lot of people don't like using this because it is a bit messy, but if there's no mess there's no gain, and I like it to be messy because that way I can use the mess. Okay, right, now the battery went flat, so what you do, you level it off. We're actually making a small pond, right? Now that on its own is no good like that, so what you must do is you must get some PVA glue, okay, and pour the PVA glue into it like that. Yep, put the lid back on, and then you get your where the hell is it? Get your brush it in. See that? Brush the PVA glue in. This is like, it acts like a sealer. See? Make sure you get around the sides. In there like that. Okay. Now with this you put a hole, say you put a small hole roughly about there, not too deep. Remember there's a track underneath here, put a little hole in there, and this is where these come in, you see, yeah? And then you push that in there. Just don't go too deep. It wants to be like about 1/4 of an inch down, yeah? Again. That'll dry up nicely that now. Put plenty of PVA glue around it. Okay. Don't worry about the loose bits, they'll even look better than when they dry. Just go around it like that. Okay. I've already done this in PVA glue, and if you listen, it gets very hard when it dries. Okay. Now, the other thing, you get a little bit of your ready-made sawdust that I've done, and you shake it out in your hand, and then you just sprinkle a bit around yeah, like that, just a bit, not a lot. Don't overdo it. And if you give it a slight tap, it'll level it off for you. See? Level it off. Okay, now you let that dry. Let it dry. As you see now, these cocktail sticks, this is why you use cocktail sticks. You've got them in here, you just twist them and pull them out. It's only to hold your piece in place. Some snap off, but don't worry about that. Twist them, pull them out. Twist them, pull them out. There you go. Now these are all reusable again. Right, now we've done them. So right, what you do now is we do the, while we're on it, we get the sharp knife, you see. Now we can come up here, up the edge like that, up the edge, like that. And we can go down. I've got it resting on a tin at the moment just to keep it up high, right. Cut it off level. Now we go in the depth of the knife, right? That's as far as we go, and then we just go in depth of the knife, cut it, depth of the knife, cut it. You see it? You're only going in the depth of the knife, that way you're getting them all straight. Now you don't want these steps dead level, because that's the way they are, they're all upsy daisy to wear. Gives the illusion of them being worn away. Now to make a turn in them, what you do is you cut them in like that and cut them at a slight angle, you see. Cut them like that, cut them at a slight angle. Okay, now you see they're all up and down and crooked. Now to get them to look as though they're worn, what you do, you press them in the middle. Press them with your thumb in the middle like that. See that? Press them in the middle. And then they look as though they've been wore away through time from people walking up and down. That's what you're after them looking like that. You don't want them absolutely spot on, as though they just come out of a box. You want them rough and ready. Right, see the steps now. Right, now you can get rid of that roughness. Cut this down with the knife here. It gives you a smooth cut, you see. Get rid of that. And then cut in there. Now you see the smooth cut you got. Again, you can cut down here if you want. But you want this rough, you want it dead rough, this. Okay. That's how you want that, you want it like that. Oh, you see, I've still got a few cocktail sticks. Now, here we have, they're cut out for the single tunnel bridge, which we'll be doing that later. Right, see, on both sides, how it's cut out. Now, you can, if you want, make that rough. Okay. Make it rough. Buy is that rough. Okay. Right. What we're going to have here, we're going to have a little river here running down, going down there. We're putting a track over here, and if you right, we can keep this side a square, or we can rub it off. Put a couple of holes there. Okay. Okay. Now you see the difference when you're rubbing it where it's been painted. Now if we had a wire brush, get a wire brush on it. Yeah, I've got a small wire brush here. And if we go down, right? Gives you a different effect on it when it's been painted up. Yeah. Now this is a light stone grey, and the one I've made up is a darker stone grey. Now I'll just give you. You see, we've got a light stone grey here, and we've got a dark stone grey. Now you can add the paint. Now you see. You need to mix in the water because you're only using emulsion paint. That's all. You don't want to use anything else. Now you see the difference in the light grey and the dark grey. Sometimes the light grey is very good, but sometimes the dark grey is very good. Other times the light grey is no good for what you're going to create, and then dark grey is no good for what you're going to create. So you've got to get the right colour for the work you're doing. Yeah. Now what you need, you see, that's just give you an idea what you've got to do with a piece of polystyrene. Yeah. Yeah. It depends on what you're working on. You know, you can be working on a nice piece. I take each piece of these as a blank canvas. You know, I just cut myself out of piece and say, well, what am I going to make out of that? What am I going to create out of it? I enjoy doing this. It's more fun than taking a Land Rover engine apart, and it's lighter as well, a lot lighter. If you're looking at this, you see, you can alter it at a later date how you're going to do it, how you want it to come out. You know, just don't put too much paint on the steps. You don't want them dead level and dead even. You want them crooked to give you a better effect. Okay, so what we do now, we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back to it when it's dry. Okay, right, we got a piece of scrap foam, right? Now, I showed you half of this on the last video. You just break it up, break it up how you want it. Now, if you get the knife on it and you like you do it like that. See? Now again, do it how you want to, break bits off. It don't have to be absolutely spot on. The rougher it looks, the better it looks when it's finished. So now, you see what I've got there. Let's do that. Yeah. Now you get the wire brush. This is a small suede wire brush, and if you rub it, you see? But now that we broke the piece off, we've got a piece there. You see, we just looking at it, see where you want to put it. Again, if you do that. Hey, Lord, you bring tea in, yeah? There you go. Okay. Now we get a bit of glue on that. And yep. Piece of glue. Put it where you want it. Okay, now put this where you want it. Rub it in so it sticks, and you get yourself a cocktail stick. Put it in there. That will hold it in place. Now we're looking to see what else we can do with it. Yeah, we can get the wire brush again, and we can run it across. Run it across a couple of times there. Now this piece here we're going to make for end gauge. You know, a little piece of rockery for end gauge, and we've got to have some steps. We've got to have some way of getting up to them, haven't we? You know, so let's look at that now. If we cut it like that, there, cut it down like that. You don't want it to look like man-made steps there. You want to look at it so it's been there for years and years. So what you do, you cut in. Don't forget this is M gauge. Cut down there and cut in. Cut in. Cut in. This is a bit tight, takes you a little bit to do it, but at the end, if you go to the model shop and you see your mate's model, you know his layout, you go to the model shop and all the stuff he's got on his layout is in the model shop, and most of the stuff you've got on your layout is in the model shop, so that means that all your mates have got it as well. But if you make your own models and you come and you see them, then your models, your layout stands out. And you see, don't forget we're making, this is for N gauge, and yeah, it does make a mess, but you keep your mess in one place and you just run your hoover over it when you've done, you know. The skip gods were very good to me this year. I found a nice hoover in the skip, took it back and repaired it. Now we see. Now, okay, don't worry about the glue, that'll dry itself out. A little bit there to clean off. That's how we want. See, it's just stone, it's not actually pressed down in the middle, even go as far as going down like that, see? Yeah, in the middle, so it looks as though it's warring away. Now, I think that'll come out alright, that piece. Right. We'll give that a coat of paint while it's wet. Now, we've got the wet glue as well, which is good. That'll strengthen it up a bit. And, you can see that, you can see it. It's all guesswork at the moment. And, right. Dip it into the paint. Now, we're going to paint all that in there. Again, it's a slate colour grey, you know, grey slate, you know, okay? Now, if you're going to make any of these, you need to get yourself some clear varnish, yeah? And you get yourself a piece of polystyrene, and you put a little bit of the varnish on clean polystyrene, make sure it's not painted around, and see if it attacks it. If it doesn't attack it, then you're in with a chance of making the stuff I'm going to show you what to make. But always test it on a piece of foam to make sure it doesn't eat into it. Because some varnish you get, it's like putting acid on your skin and it just eats it away. You know, if you've got skin like mine, it don't matter. I use it to sandpaper the foam sometimes. Now, you see, that's what we're doing. Now the last one I showed you on, I think it was on my attempt at building the shed for part 1, I didn't carry, I just showed you what it turns out like. This, I didn't show you how to do it. Now I think this will give you a bit of a better idea. Okay, now, we're going to look at this. Now you see what I mean about not making the steps, don't make them look like man-made, make them like they've just been there, you know. Right, now, we see, because we're going to put a little stream here, a little stream there, see it? We're going to put glue in there. Okay. Right. Yeah. And we've got to rub that in well, because we need the varnish to be in there. We need varnish. We're going to put varnish on that at a later date. Yeah? Okay. The PVA glue really strengthens it up. Plus it's a sealant for the varnish, you know. I mean, I've got quite a few mates now that's into the modelling, and a lot of them go to the model shop and they buy the stuff in the model shop. One guy, he showed me this little tube of artificial water he bought. I think it was £7 odd. I didn't want to say no, I agreed with him. I said that's nice, you know, so he was pleased. £7 odd for a piece of, you know, it's what you want to do, fair enough, you know. Okay, now, this is my water here, you see. I found that, there, look, see it? I found that, full tin, brand new. I found it in the skip. And is it good? It's corking stuff. Now if I had to buy that, it would have been about £3, and it would have done 7 times more than the one my mate bought in the model shop for £7. Right, now you see, now what we need to do now, while it's wet, is we get a piece of this sawdust that I showed you how to do, see it? Yeah? And we sprinkle it into that, in there, yeah? Pull it back. Okay, now all we do, we let that dry. Keep it in a nice warm place, not too warm, because if you keep it in a too warm place it curls up like an old boot when it's wet. Just let that dry, see? Now we're going to dress that, dress it, and when it's dry it'll be okay, so put it in the sun. It's nice and sunny out today, but it's also pouring down with rain, which is the new thing now. Okay, right. Okay, here we've got 3 varnishes, right? Now we're testing it on the polystyrene. The first one, what I do, I scrape it up a bit, yeah, clean that off, then do it to the next one, rough it up a bit, and the next one, rough it up a bit. See, I didn't clean the screw, the screw, but you've got 3 varnishes now there, okay? On the polystyrene, and we want to see if any of them react, so we leave them on there for a while. Out of them 3, this one was the most expensive, this one. This was £1.50, this one here was £1.25, yeah. And this one here was £1.50, no, this is £1.39. It's a matte clear varnish, yeah. I'm a great believer in the pound shops. We're going to see now, we'll leave that on there for a while. I'm going to leave it on there for a while to see what happens. Yeah. I'm not going to leave it, let it watch all the time. I'm just cleaning the screw. I nearly dropped the camera in the bloody stuff. See? And we'll see what happens. That one's bubbling there, that one. You probably can't see that, but it's actually reacting. You can see the bubbles in it. There, this one's not too bad. I'm not very keen on our white varnish. Not very keen on that at all. Because the idea of it is it's supposed to be clear if you're going to make water scene. Right, what I've done now, I've hacked away the inside of this, and we're going to give the illusion of a wall. We just hack it. We don't hack this. We just take it out like that. They don't have to be exactly spot on. See how it's coming on. The idea of it is we're going to put one of these fellas in there, you see, like that. Yeah, that's the idea of it. Okay. Right, now if we have a look at this white one, it has eaten through just a little bit. This one's ate through quite a lot. Yeah, that one's ate through quite a lot. And this one has also eaten through, but you get away with that one if you seal the polystyrene. Okay, right. What we're going to do now, we're going to do this here now. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to do this part here, you see, on this side. Okay. Okay, right. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some ivy along here, just wet that like that. Now we'll let that run down for a bit, give it a couple of minutes just to run down. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to make it like this side, you see how we've done this? Here, right. Okay. And we're going to also put some glue on here, like that. And we'll get a wet brush and we'll sweep that in, brush it in. Bit more water, okay down. How's that coming on at this side? Oh yes, it's running nicely. See it? Running down nicely, that. So what we need to do there. Okay. We'll do this side first with the tea bags, see? This is the tea bags. Okay, put plenty on. Don't be scared of it, put plenty on. Okay. Now when you turn it on the side, like this, you just tap it onto the paper like that. You see? It goes back in the jar. And if you look at it, that's done. Now we turn it around and have a look at this one. That's coming on nicely. So right, now what we want, we're going to have a sprinkle on here now, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shake this on here, like that. Okay. There we go, how's that? It's not bad. Right. Again, we need put some glue on here. Get the wet brush, paint it in, just run the brush along it like that, see? No muddy road. Okay. Then we get the tea bags again and we sprinkle them on here like that. Now you can see that, yeah. Then you just tap it on there. Now if we're looking at it like that, there you go, your muddy road. Okay, we've got one on. We'll put a bit more green reel there in a bit when it dries. Just let that dry for a bit now. Okay, now I've started it. I'll put another one of those in here, you see. Open that up. Now I've just cut the wall in half and put a bit on the steps, yeah. And you see I've cut it in half, and so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the other half on here. I'm going to cut it at an angle there. It gets cut 45 degrees. Now if you notice, I'm not using any rulers. I'm not using any plaster or anything. It's just polystyrene, PVA glue and paint. You don't need any fancy stuff to make it. And the more you do, the better you get at it. Right, put it on. Don't just stick it on, put it on, then slide it slightly, give it a good grip, yeah. Now you see, this is where your cocktail sticks come in. You push them down sort of straight. Push them down sort of straight. There you go, and down. Right, now you see I've cut this at 45 degrees and I do the same to this one. Goes in there like that, and you do the same to that one. Don't worry about overdoing it with the glue, because sometimes the more glue you got on it, the better. Makes it stronger for you. Oh, and if you don't have a good sharp knife to cut these walls, you can cut them with the scissors. You see? We do now. We let that dry and then we take the sticks out. But what I do with these, when they're in the walls, that I cut them off here. And what you do is you push down like that, cut it, the wall comes back up and covers the end. Push down like that, cut off, see how it comes back up and it covers the end of the stick, yeah? Just leave them like that. I don't cut them all off now. If you have a look at that, you see, it's getting there. And where we've got it white at the end, you just go over it with the paint. I'll show you how to shadow all that in at a later date. Okay. Now we have a look at hand too, that's right. There you go. See, that's not too bad now, you can see the steps. Yeah. And this is what I put on yesterday, so that's good, and that's well gone off now, see. Now you might want to put some colour. Might want to put some colour in here, like a bit of blue paint, whatever. But it's gone off now. See the difference? This is also gone off. Okay. Right, what we've done now, you see, you can see the wall, and I've left a cocktail stick in. I'll show you what that's for in a bit. Now we do the same technique on this as we've done with the other piece. You see, what we do is we get the PVA glue and we run it down the seam where the wall joins the model. See. Okay, go on the inside, do the same, run it along the seam, and it'll create its own fall. You see, you can help it by going like that. You see what you can do that with it, whatever you want to do. Just put more on there. You can help it by making how you want the runs to be. Right. Now if you leave that down flat, leave it for a few minutes, keep your eye on it so it don't run away. You see? Now we'll put a bit more there and let it run. Yeah. Okay, a bit on there. Now you can see what's happening now. You see, you don't want to let it run too much. Yeah? See how it's running down now? When you think there's enough on it, then you lift it up, prop it up so it's like that, see? Yeah? Now you see if I get my greenery on it. And you leave that dry in. If you put it down flat again now, it'll carry on running. You don't want that, you just want it where it is. Put plenty on, don't be shy. Now where we've done now, what we do it like that. You need 5 hands to do this, really. Unfortunately I've only got 3. There you go. Okay, you see now how it's going on. Okay, now you can leave that for, the longer you leave it the better. Yeah. The longer you leave that piece the better. What it is now, it's not, we're going to do the exact same on this bridge here. See it? We're going to do the exact same with the glue. We're going to stand it up like this. So I'll show you what we do. Okay. All we do is just run a bead along it. Okay, and what we do then, we let this run down a bit, and we'll see what happens now, see it's starting to run. Yeah. Right. Now we get a normal cocktail stick, you see. It's a cocktail stick. Yeah. Put it on there and I'll show you what we do with the cocktail stick. What we do with the cocktail stick, we put some glue on it. Yeah. And then we shake on some of the green sawdust, you see. Like that. Yeah. And then you can roll it in there if you want, roll it in what's gone on the floor. You see, you're looking for that. That's what you're looking for, right? Then you get hold of that and you stick it there. Okay? Just leave that now. See how that's gone right down the bottom? That's good, see? It's fell right down the bottom. Yeah. Now what we do, we put it on its head like this. Like that. And then we get our greenery again. Okay. Right now, what we'll do here, we put these in this here. Just give them a coat of paint, green paint. These are all polystyrene sheets. Yeah. Now, I don't know whether you can see this. We get a bit of glue, PVA glue again, on the end of a cocktail stick, and we don't have to do them all. You see? Just do a little bit with them. Right? Just do a bit, not a lot. And if you twist the stick as you're doing it, you'll get it all off. Okay. That's what you do, see. Don't pull that on. You're gonna hoover up, Kai, yeah? Kai? We're almost done here now. You see how that is? It's gone in between the cracks on the make-believe pavement. Right, so what we do now, we get the green stuff again, and we just give it a little sprinkle like that. Okay? See? Now if you give it a tap, it will go level. Okay, now when I shake that off, there you go, see? That's what you get. That's good, that's what it's supposed to be like. Okay, an old station has grass coming up between the slabs. Now we have this, you see. So what we're going to do, we're going to shade it. Now this is a piece of half a tin of vinyl silk white I found in a skip, which was a good find. That's a nice bit, right? So what we need to do now, we need to get a brush, and we need to more or less dry brush it, you see. We don't want a lot on it. Dry brush it if possible. Right, now I think what I'll do, I'll put it on here where it's not so much sun coming in the window. Right, now we see. Okay, see how that is? That's dry brushing it. Yeah, see how it's coming on now? It brings all the shadows out, even the steps. Now you see, I didn't do that with a wire brush there, but I did there. And if you look at the difference, see the difference in that, Alex? Yeah, it comes alive. You see when you dry brush it. Okay, there you go. What do you think of that? Right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put the green stuff on here, and there. Right, we do that the same way as we've done it. I showed you the other ones. Okay, again. Right, we put the paintbrush down for a minute and we get the glue. Put the glue on there. And there. And here. Put plenty on, don't be shy. Yeah? Now you need a wet brush. Wet brush. And you rub it in. Don't worry about it being a different colour. That don't matter just yet. Now you see. You see what we're doing here? You don't have to be exact with this, make it look rough. Rougher is the better. Yeah, if you look at, make it look spot on, it's not right. Okay, you see, there we go. Now what we're going to do with this piece now, is we're going to bring it over here, and we're going to put the green stuff on it. Put plenty on, don't be shy. Okay. See how it's come out. So you put more than enough on there. And what you do, you tap it. And what it'll do then, it'll find its own level. Just tap it. Now remember, you need plenty of old newspaper because you retrieve all this in a bit. All this you retrieve in a bit, yeah? And we'll just let that go off for a minute now. We can put a bit of you can put a bit of PVA on here. You see? Yeah, put a bit on here. Wherever you think, you don't have to go mad with it. See if we get one there, yeah? Let it run down. Now this time what we'll do, what we'll do this time, we'll get her up the loose that's on the floor and we'll put it on like that. Still plenty. Yeah, see? Plenty. And remember what I said about that cocktail stick? Put a bit of glue on it. Yeah, put plenty of glue on it, let it run in. Now, you see how much of this green stuff there's on? You're not wasting it by it going on the paper, because what you do in a bit is you just put it back through a sieve, put it back in the jar. Yeah? Now just let that go off. Oh, there's another piece of it. I'm losing it. Yeah. There you go, you just let that go off now for about 10 minutes, let it settle in. Yeah. Let that settle in and we'll finish that. Okay, now that's dry, it's been 10 minutes. What we'll do now, we'll just grab it, tap it, use the camera, right. No, that don't look too bad. Because what we're looking at a real old out-country scene, you know, somewhere when you go out in the hills climbing, something you would actually see. So look, can we see any light on it? Yeah. Right, now, I'm just going to clean all this up now. Right, now remember the bit I said about when you're finished with this, you put it all back in the sieve. And I might pull this out now. Put it back in the sieve, you see. Have a good look at that, that's fine. And then we just there we go. We got the rubbish out of it now, you see all that rubbish come out. Okay. And we've got all the clean stuff here. Now we just put it onto that other paper. Okay. Take the lid off our jar. Take the lid off our jar and just pour it in there. Ready again. See, when you're doing that way, you're not actually using quite a lot. So you're collecting it back in the jar and it's ready for the next job. There we go. Right, now what we're going to do here is we're going to grass all this here now, you see. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to put the PVA glue on here, all on here, and I'll then put the green